You know, when I was a kid, one of the hardest parts of the day was knowing that at some point you had to go back inside. Nowadays, you're lucky if you find a kid outside playing. We had our first major snowstorm in my area about a week or two ago. And one of the saddest sights for me is looking around as I drive, all this empty land and not a single kid out there playing tackle football. That's like a travesty to me. I just remember back in the days, the moment we had a heavy snowstorm, the first thought was to gather up your friends and find ourselves at the nearest playground, schoolyard, whatever, to see what was going on. Because somebody was bound to be out there playing a nice 5-on-5 game of football. And today, you don't see that at all. Summertime, baseball fields for the most part, if it's not an organized little league game, the baseball fields are empty. You'll see a few soccer games here and there, but these parks are empty. It's a sad sight for somebody who grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, where that's all we had. That's all we did. The thrill of waking up and meeting up with neighborhood friends or just heading over to your friend's neighborhood and playing all day long. Come home, maybe get a snack or head to the corner store, get a snack and go back and do it again. Those days are long gone. And I don't think people should take that lightly. I don't think it should be ignored. It should be shrugged off. Sure, things have gotten progressively worse, but it was bad back then too. I mean, not to the extent of today, but people were still getting kidnapped, physically harmed, verbally attacked, things of that nature. Especially during the era that I grew up in, New York City, crack epidemic, it was hell. But into the 90s, when things started to clean up a little bit, and I'm air quoting, it felt good. It felt safe. The thoughts of playing with friends and the thoughts of one day becoming a pro, even though you didn't have a snowball chance in hell of probably making the pros, but it felt good, the idea. Then you go home and maybe play video games or whatever you do. You didn't spend your day on your electronic devices. You found a way to engage. And don't get me wrong, I'm not some people person. I don't want to be around 100 people all day long. I don't want to shake hands and kiss babies all day long. But as a child, when you don't know any better and you're just developing a personality and trying to make friends, there was nothing better. But it was a sad drive watching all this snow just hanging out. Even the snow was upset. Like, is anyone going to play with me? Aww. Anyone? Does anyone want to throw a snowball or make a snowman? Anything. The damn snow was sad. So we're at a point now where it's just, what do you do? What do you do? I'm trying not to be that guy who complains about how everything sucks now. But then when I think about it, everything does suck.
Bingo!
We've had some advancements, but the advancements have created this. An environment where people just don't give a damn about the way things used to be. And why can't we normalize the things that used to matter? Why can't we normalize kids developing social skills and athleticism? Why can't we promote that? Why do we promote the technology instead? Has technology really made us a better society overall? Let's think about it. I remember being 12, 13 years old and being somewhat shy. But at the same token, my athleticism stood out. So I knew that was the way to attract friends. He's tall, he can run, he can jump, he can hit a baseball, he could, do a little crossover, he can catch a football, whatever you can name. That was me. And that's how I made friends. But I'm thinking about the youth today. They're usually up to no good. They're usually doing something mischievous. They're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And that alone, it's never playing in the park and then maybe doing some weird stuff. And we're not even trying to be active anymore. Instead, it's TikTok dances in the parking lot, TikTok dances in Walmart, TikTok dances in the entrance aisle of a gym. Don't forget the pranks. Twerking this, Doing that, no one, and I mean no one, seems to want to go back to what it used to be. A calmer, let's not take ourselves too seriously society. Everyone's a main character, young and old. We were the main characters within our groups back then. And then once we got home, it was back to reality. Back to being a kid, back to reading comic books, back to looking at your baseball cards, back to watching wrestling. There was no main character. What happened? How do we get back to the essence? Do we get back to the essence? Probably not. It's probably wishful thinking. But it felt good to drive a day or two after that snowstorm and just reminisce. Wearing a triple fat goose coat and some doofy gloves and diving in the snow and making a tackle and feeling like Ronnie Lott. Or catching a pass and feeling like Jerry Rice. Or catching a pick six and high stepping to the end zone like Deion Sanders. The youth doesn't know who that is, nor do they care. Nobody wants to catch passes in the snow, but they want to dance in the supermarket and do silly pranks and get views and go viral and yada, yada, yada. Sad times. I'm officially an old man and I'm embracing it.